Hi guys, my name is Moran. Welcome to my series Getting Personal, where I gather different stories from Reddit. Today, we've got an exciting topic, which is unbelievable disrespect. I've lately come across some disrespect myself. It doesn't feel good, doesn't feel nice. I don't like it. I am one of those people who is not for this whole thing, turn the other cheek. No, I'm one of those people where people are being shit to you, you just turn into a bigger. So, without further rambling, let's dive in. Am I the asshole for telling my friends that my husband isn't well read? Background: my husband, let's call him Will, is in the Navy and he works on nuclear reactors on submarines. We've been together for 4 years, married for 2. We were at a small house party with a few friends of mine from college and we were discussing books we've all read when at one point one of my friends, let's call him Steve, asks Will, "So Will, what is your favorite book?" And my husband responds, "Oh, I really like To Kill a Mockingbird." Then Steve gives him a quizzical look and asks him, "Have you read any books outside of high school?" And Will hesitates a bit and says, "Outside of manuals at work, I guess I haven't." Quick interruption here. The friend was being extremely snobby and disrespectful already, but this is not the gist of the story. So then I try to explain to Steve, oh yeah, he's not well educated, so he's never had a reason to be well read. We all had a good laugh, but then Will didn't really contribute a whole lot to the conversation the rest of the night. I wonder why. On the car ride back, Will was pretty quiet. I ask if he's fine and all he says in a sarcastic tone is peachy. I ask him if I did anything to upset him and he responds back with, "I don't know. I don't think I'm educated enough to properly explain myself." Girl, your husband deserves better. I tell him I didn't tell my friends that he was unintelligent, just that he wasn't college educated. You're making it so much worse. Stop digging a grave for yourself. He accused me of minimizing how hard his Navy schooling was, but I explained that military education and college education are simply not the same. Well, depending on the college education, military one could be way harder, if you know what I mean. He works on nuclear reactors on submarines. What the actual that must have been so hard to train for that. Anyway, we continued to fight until we got home. I texted my sister about what happened and she called me a huge and that I needed to apologize, and now I'm having second thoughts about how I handled this. Am I the asshole? The whole Reddit came together and served her with a proud title of an asshole. First of all, the level to which she is snobby and dismissive about his military education is mind-blowing. Secondly, how in the world do you think it's okay to just literally tell your friends that, oh, my husband just isn't educated? A bit dumb. And then laughing with your friends about it, to me, is always like kind of very strange when there are married couples or just partners or whatever, and they roast each other in front of their friends. I'm not saying that you should pretend or be like fake in front of your friends, but have some basic respect. Like, this is your partner, this is your husband. You are supposed to like be into him, and being into him probably means being a little bit more respectful than telling your friends that, well, you know, he's like a little uneducated troll, haven't seen a book in 15 years. So embarrassing. Moving on. Would I be the if I said I had a problem with my fiancée adding a ring enhancer to the engagement ring I just gave her? I'm not sure how I should feel here. Last week, I celebrated my 2-year anniversary with my then girlfriend and really went all out to make it an amazing weekend getaway, finishing it all off with a surprise proposal at the very end. I got her a beautiful ring, simple classic style with smaller diamonds running down on the face of the band with a 1-carat diamonds sitting on top. Not fucking bad. It also came as a set with a matching wedding band that really makes the whole thing look amazing. I basically worked 2 full-time jobs for months to be able to save up and buy this for her along with the rest of the weekend plans. The proposal went great, she was completely surprised, and I even had a photographer lined up to be there inconspicuously to capture the moment without her noticing. That is so sweet of you. All week long after, she said how much everyone is telling her they love the ring and giving me kudos on the selection, etc. I didn't have much to go off for figuring her style out because she's not huge on wearing jewelry, which gave me some anxiety regarding that, so hearing this made me feel a lot better. The ring size was a tad bit big, so we had planned for her to get it resized sometimes next week. Fast forward to today, she goes to church with her mom and is spending time with some of her family after. While at her mom's house, suddenly she texts me saying she might not need to have her ring resized after all because her mom just gave her a nice ring holder to keep it in place, and sends me a picture of this ring guard slash enhancer that admittedly is very nice, but it almost swallows up her whole ring finger and completely changes the entire appearance of the ring I just gave her. I told her I don't think that it's going to work after we add the wedding band to the ring, to which she replied she thinks she can split further apart to make that space. She then tells me if I don't like it, she didn't have to wear it, but in the same text says she really loves it and mentions this ring holder her mom is giving her is $3,000, so it was a very nice gift. Well, not that the monetary value is what matters here, but I spent just shy of 10 grand on her engagement ring slash wedding band and diamond set, so I'm a little offended that she even feels the need to add an enhancer to it, which I'm still not positive will accommodate the wedding band when that is added after the wedding, and I just don't like the fact that a wedding slash engagement ring is meant to be from me and she wants to add more to it from someone else, even if it is her mom. To me, the enhancer is so big it completely swallows and hides the ring itself. Am I the for feeling like this? Should I pretend it doesn't bother me and hope I'll get used to it, or that she'll decide on her own to stop wearing it? I'm worried she will take it the wrong way if I try to object to it, so hoping for some guidance on how to best approach it if my feelings are valid. Added for context pictures of the engagement ring, the ring with the matching band that came with it, and the ring enhancer her mom gave her. Now let's take a look at this. I swear to God, when I saw that enhancer, it was a jump scare for me because there is this elegant, beautiful, like absolutely classic engagement ring, and the matching wedding band will look awesome with it. Very shiny, very pretty, looks very expensive. And then you see this monstrosity, which is so trashy, it makes my eyes hurt. Of course, tastes are different for everybody, and I'm just speaking for myself, but this looks like drawing something with a Sharpie on a Prada bag. It's painful to watch. I mean, yes, she has the right to wear it, not wear it, but you also should voice your concerns. Let's be fair, that is hella ugly, and it just spoils all of the effect and makes the diamond ring of like 10K diamond ring look like it was bought in a dollar store. Honestly, not the asshole. Definitely should have a conversation with her, say how you feel. If she wants to keep doing it, okay, I guess, but this is just not cool. Okay, next one I have for you is from True Off My Chest. Called off the wedding and took my girlfriend on my honeymoon. Earlier this year, I was engaged to a very hateful and immature chick. Month of emotional and physical abuse and attempts at manipulation. She She wasn't very good at it, and that would only make her angrier. I stopped her while she was high and drunk from throwing herself from my car as I was going 70 miles per hour down the freeway. Tried everything to show her how her actions are negatively affecting our relationship. Doubt she has the sense to comprehend it, and she only got worse. Eventually started recording her behavior and ended up catching her on camera destroying property around my house and assaulting me. I called the wedding off when she continued to try and fight me over text. Oh well, that's what she wanted, so I gave it to her. Found out later on that she was cheating on me with a few different guys. Dodged quite a few bullets with that one. Lol. Moved her out of my house and back into her parents' place after sending her parents the evidence I was collecting of her abusive and cheating ways. Her mom apparently wasn't too focused on her behavior and cheating and tried to make it my fault. Class act that lady is. Lol. From the way this whole thing sounds, it is like 95% your fault. Like, it sounds that you are a very not a good person. Let's just finish the story. Okay. Oh well, glad to be free of that family and their questionable moral compass. Dude, I swear to God, every time someone starts going on about terrible moral compass of everybody else and they're like, I'm such a good guy, they are the worst human beings, usually. Started dating after a short spell and found the rarest woman I've ever come across. Intelligent, family-oriented, traditional values, great conversationalists, can easily lose track of time with each other, the whole nine. We started talking about taking a vacation together as both of our jobs are stressful and the change of scenery would be welcomed for a bit. Thankfully, I had the honeymoon package I purchased earlier this year completely modifiable, so I just changed over the reservation to the new girlfriend's name. Of course, I was completely forthcoming about the past few months of shenanigans I've experienced and told her about practically every aspect of what that trip was for. So we made last-minute arrangements for our time away and had a blast. Easily the best time I've had in some years. If my new boyfriend took me on his honeymoon he bought just a few months ago for another woman, it would be such a huge red flag for me that I would probably break up. I can honestly say that this is easily the best relationship I've been in. Things are just different and very naturally occurring with her. Even through a few short months, words cannot describe the time she and I have spent together. It's a godsend if I've ever encountered it. We are planning another trip in a few months. Life has a pretty cool way of changing for the better. Things are good. Oh, you sound like an awful person. I don't even know where to start because this whole thing sounds like the classic case of, you know, my ex was crazy. For me, it's enough to know that your fiance was ready to jump out of a moving car just to be away from you. Think about that. She was ready to risk death just to be away from you. She might have acted crazy, but I just wonder what you did. And this thing of like started filming her behavior for evidence, also not a great sign, because like usually when you're like a victim, right, and not actively participating in the abuse, you're trying to remove yourself from the situation. You are trying to calm probably the person down. You are trying to de-escalate the situation. Filming someone's rage fit is not de-escalating the situation. She probably got even angrier when you started doing that, and this is also a very, very classic tactic of men like this. They piss you off to the inch of your life, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna film this and show everyone what a crazy you are for no reason. Okay, I got mad at this point, so let's just move on. This person is terrible, and it's just like impressive that he wrote this to brag. The lack of self-awareness and basic human respect is just mind-blowing. Hell, dude. Next story. Am I for telling my best friend he's getting the raw end of the deal in his relationship. My best friend Jamie, 32 male, and me, 32 female, have been friends since university. He has always been the romantic sort and falls in love easily. He was in a long-term relationship with another girl from our friend group called Lily, also 32 female, but they broke up and she married someone else 2 years ago. Now, Jamie is dating this girl Alina, who is very young and very different. She's 28 but acts 18 sometimes. Think wearing crop tops, listening to Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, etc. They have become very close very quick and have already moved in together. She's new to our city and was apparently bleeding money through rent, so Jamie very chivalrously offered to take her in. They are now living together. It's been a few weeks. Our other friends find this kinda cute since Jamie is so in love. I, however, have some misgivings. I know what it seems like, but hear me out. There is something wrong about her. She doesn't contribute much to the household, doesn't have a high-paying job. Notice, not just doesn't have a job, doesn't have a high-paying job. He cooks and cleans for her. She does it too, but Jamie also picks up the slack. She stays in his house and doesn't pay rent. I find all these things to be red flags. He's moving very fast and is totally smitten by her. Jamie will do whatever she asks. Alina recently asked him not to be vegan as she doesn't believe in it, and he agreed. He was seriously considering joining me in a plant-based diet at the least. There is nothing wrong with her, you're just super pissed that now she has more control over him than you do. The real shocker happened when I went to see Jamie and talked to him about this. I told him all the misgivings I feel about his and Alina's relationship and listed out all the things that make me uncomfortable. To my surprise, this very calm, very rational individual suddenly got really ice cold with me. Jamie told me he doesn't want to hear anything about Alina, and unfortunately she was eavesdropping, don't know for sure, but she heard everything. Her eyes got all big and she started crying like a baby. This made Jamie's anger worse and he told me to leave. The last 48 hours I've been walking like in a dream. Like, what if just happened? A few of our mutual friends called me and asked me if I was out of my mind and told me I should have minded my own business. I'm baffled. Everyone is on her side. Like, she's a huge red flag, and Jamie and her relationship is so toxic. I was just trying to protect my friend. Am I asshole for trying to tell my best friend his girlfriend was problematic as I had his best interest at heart? You're literally just pissed that A, you're not getting as much attention from him probably, B, that she has more influence on him now than you do, C, you probably just hate her because you do sound like you're secretly in love with him. Oh yes, this is from her comments. She replied to someone, "No, absolutely not. I love him like a brother." You went to his house where he lives with his girlfriend while she was there to tell him she is toxic, horrible, and whatever. And the fact that there is zero actual evidence of her being toxic provided in the post, I surmise you just hate her for no reason. Because, like, what is the actual red flag? There is a lot of rambling in the post, but is the red flag that she asked him not to be vegan and he was like, okay? I don't get it. If you are trying to break your friends up, which is already weird, you have to have like very good ground to do that. You know what I mean? It's like you have to have concrete and logical explanations as to why this person is toxic, and whatever is listed in this post is literally nothing. I found more comments from her because I don't know, this story just fascinates me. Okay, someone wrote, "You sound immature if you're basing someone's compatibility over their music tastes. Some people are also into pop culture and events. It doesn't mean they're immature. You just sound like a snob." Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot this part, which is like she is 28 but acts like she's 18 because she wears crop tops and listens to Taylor Swift. I just wonder what universe do you live in, because because I feel like in our world, almost everyone listens to Taylor Swift. Like, I don't, but there are so many people who do, regardless of age. And what does it have to do with age? Anyway, she proceeds saying that that was just a superficial example. There is more. A, she doesn't make a lot of money and wants to sit at home and write her novel. If like not making a lot of money is a symptom of being toxic or a red flag or a symptom of being immature, then I'm afraid that a lot of people just failed the maturity test. Well, I certainly did, and I'm also 28. So B, she doesn't do much cooking, etc. What are you doing? Now we've got a cat. There you go. There you go. He loves to spoil the filming for Meow Me by throwing tantrums like little. Yes, yes. Anyway, B, she doesn't do much cooking, etc. She'll clean up and cook dinners, but Jamie makes breakfast every day as Alina can't function without eating something, and he has to clean the toilets and do the heavy stuff. As Alina has OCD, she can't tolerate doing it. What are you, household police? Since when it's your business how they split their household chores? C, he pays whenever they are out for dinner, pub, etc. with us. He says this is okay as he wants Alina to save her money. He buys groceries and doesn't mind paying as it's just one extra person. It's not going to bankrupt me. Again, I see zero red flags because if it works for them, it works for them. Doesn't seem like she's extorting money from him. He just wants to pay for her and wants her to save money. So like, what is wrong with you? D, she actively dissuades him doing stuff like becoming vegan or go protesting as she doesn't believe it to be right. He agrees. Well, if he agrees, then he agrees. What's the problem? It's not like she ties him to the bed and force feeds him meat or chains him to the radiator so he doesn't go to a protest. It's his choice. It's just you're again pissed because he's doing what she suggests and not what you suggest. So like very disrespectful both to the girlfriend and to your friend because you're being ridiculous. I also want to read the last comment that I see from her. We need to move on, but someone wrote about the fact that she's all about the no high-paying job, and she writes, no, sorry, by high-paying job, I don't expect her to earn a lot, just make the effort to match what your partner puts in. High-paying job literally means earning a lot of money. What are you on? It sounds like a person who just threw in a bunch of judgments, weird accusations with her prejudice, and then when the people clapped back, she's like, oh no, this is not what I meant, but this is exactly what you meant. And what do you mean make the effort to match? What does she have to do? Does she have to have like 5 jobs just to make exactly the same amount of money as he does? What for? She does simple content writing stuff from home to work on a novel and doesn't put a lot of effort. She's just there. First of all, content writing is not simple. I mean, of course, depending on what you write, it seems easy, but like it's a very tiring, mundane job. So not everybody can do it. And if it's creative content writing, then it's even harder. So like, fuck off. Also, she made jokes about how she'd dump Jamie if he went vegan. You mean to tell me this is normal? He also makes fun of it, like in conversations. He says, oh, my girlfriend threatened to dump me if I went vegan. Everyone passes it off as typical British humor, but I feel wary about it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Not all the people want to be vegan or want to have a vegan as a partner. It's a very tough adjustment. You have to always think what to provide for both partners. It's always like a complication, and generally when you don't have similar lifestyles, you just don't work well as a couple. Let's move to the next story. Would I be the if I wrote a book about my friend's life. I'm 26 male, an author, and I love to write books based on people's lives. Sometimes it's based on people I briefly met, so it's really more fictional than reality. Sometimes it's on close ones. I obviously change names and everything so nobody can identify them. I have a friend, female 24, who has a very inspirational life. She struggled a lot younger and still came out on top, and I think it's amazing and want to write a book about it. I asked her permission, as I always do, and even though I hoped she'd say yes, she refused and said that her life is not something she wants to be put in a book, which is fair, I guess. I don't want to push it, but I think she's making a great mistake by not agreeing. Having your story told, especially by someone who loves and respects you, it's such an honor and gratifying. I think if maybe I write something and show it to her, she may agree to the book. I don't know if I'd be an asshole to move through with it, and I'm asking for your thoughts and advice. Thank you. You would be a huge asshole if you did that, because not all the people want to be part of like entertainment. You know what I mean? It's like, if it's a fictional book, even if it's heavy and whatnot, it's still sort of entertainment, because other people will be reading that, they will share in the story, and not everybody really wants that. Not everybody wants to rehash these things and have them out there. So like, she said no. Off. You have imagination for a reason. Maybe try to invent a story. And also, like, it pisses me off. It's such an honor and gratifying. If you think it's an honor and it's gratifying, doesn't mean that other people think that. Just drop it. Next one is, am I the asshole for misusing one of my birthday gifts? Today is my birthday and I was really excited for what others would get me. My birthday is really special to me and is one of the things I always look forward to, particularly my boyfriend's. So at the party, I was opening gifts and I eventually got to my boyfriend's. When I opened it, it was socks with holes. I got upset because it was not only socks, but they also had a holes pattern on them. I have extreme trypophobia, so it really freaked me out. My boyfriend got upset because I didn't give the reactions he was expecting. I told him before that I have trypophobia. He was also really well off, so it's really insulting. He got me socks for my birthday when he got expensive jewelry for his mom, sister, and grandma. Not even for special occasions, but those are his family and you are his like girlfriend, so different things. Okay, I was so upset I ended the party early. When we came up, I balled up the socks and gave them to my dog as a chew toy to play with, so it won't go to waste. Later, when he saw my dog messing with the socks, he got angry and yelled at me that I was misusing his gift. He told me that I should be grateful. I told him that he's giving his family members expensive or well thought out presents for just normal days like it was nothing, and that he is an for not even putting half of the thought he did for me into them. I talked to my brother about this and he told me that maybe my boyfriend doesn't believe we are as far into the relationship to give me items as he does to his family. Exactly my point. There is no mention so far about how long they have been dating, but it sounds like not very long, and it just kind of pisses me off that she also passes it as for the present not to go to waste. But like, you knew what you were doing when you literally gave his birthday present to your dog. Like, you knew he would see that. Even if the present is bad, you don't like it, and you are upset, this could be resolved in a very different manner. You could say, hey, I was a bit hurt that you didn't give me something more thought out. You could ask, why the hell did he even give you socks? It is a very odd gift and you don't really know how to react to that, but like, giving the socks to the dog, it's kind of not cool. So yes. Also, I don't like the whole air of entitlement here, because it's like she mentions twice that like other people got expensive gifts, I didn't get my Tiffany. Edit, I'm addressing some questions even though I'm not required to. See? these little things that show the very defensive, passive-aggressive person, because like, you're not required to. Okay, then don't reply, or don't say that like I'm gracing you with my edit, whatever. If people actually focused on other comments instead of my polka dot ones, they would know that I've mentioned that he has given his exes that he has dated for less amounts of time than me expensive items or well thought out gifts. My family is well off. I don't need his expensive gifts. I love flowers and he knows I love flowers. A flower in a pot would have been enough. What does my username has to do with it? My nickname is Pearl. The gems part just went with it. The username is Gems and Pearls. Just because you have trypophobia as well and it doesn't trigger you doesn't mean it can't trigger me. Don't invalidate my experience just because they don't apply to you. Well, with that, I agree, yes. There's this one commenter that seems to have it out for me. I know I shouldn't feed the attention trolls. You can try to invalidate all you want. It doesn't mean that this never happened. Well, that last comment was feeding the troll, but okay. It just sounds either like a very big miscommunication and maybe the boyfriend did think it was like a good gift, or he's just not very into you, because yeah, if he gave his exes super expensive gifts, made an effort, and for you he just brought socks that triggered you, then yeah, maybe he's just not very into you or doesn't want to spend money on you or whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's happening, but something is fishy in there. Still, anyway. This one is just priceless. Am I for telling my sister I'll never call her doctor? So I, 36 male, am a medical doctor and I work in a specialized field. It took many years of hard work and countless hours to get to where I am, and I am very proud of my success and my career and my place in life. My sister Candace, 38 female, works in education. When we were younger, she was definitely the less focused sibling and took 7.5 years to complete a 4-year college program as a result of changing her major twice. Her second change to an English major / education minor finally set her on a steady path, and she'd managed to develop a good career juggling teaching and writing novellas on the side. She has also spent the last 8 years slowly completing an online program for a PhD in English literature so she can move up in her career field. We were having dinner with our parents, 66 male and 58 female, and Candace was talking about her upcoming book and how she'd be able to have doctor last name in the blurb under her photo in the back of the book. She said it sounds so cool to be officially doctor last name. I laughed and said, yeah, it's especially funny considering I'm the one that's an actual doctor. She said that technically she's one now too. And technically PhDs are the actual doctors, because it originated the other way around, my boy. I told her no, she's got a PhD. That's not the same as being a healthcare professional. I said she may be doctor last name because of some paper she printed offline, but I'm never calling her that, and it's an insult to my profession and the real, endless, hard work that I and other real doctors put in for her to fight me about it. You clearly have some complex and feel so threatened by your sister also getting a doctorate. It's so funny. Ever since that dinner, she's been giving me silent treatment, and I've had to hear it every other day from my parents about how I hurt my sister's feelings. I genuinely don't understand what she expected or what I'm supposed to do here. All I did was tell the truth. Wow. PhD is an actual doctor. What are you on about? What is happening in your tiny little brain? It's also very snobbish because it seems that he just discounts all of the work she put in. She spent 8 years getting her PhD, and you're saying she didn't put actual hard work in. The fuck is up with you? Very disrespectful to your sister. Massive. Now, this is gonna be the last one I have for you today, but it's not the most innocent one. This one is actually bad. Am I the for forcing my brother to buy me a new engagement ring. I'm 26 male proposing to my girlfriend 24 female on our 4th anniversary, September 30th. I've been planning this for about a month and I picked the ring a couple weeks ago. The one I got was on sale, so I managed to get it at a surprisingly low price. Last weekend, I told my brother, 33 male, about my plans and showed him the ring. He informed me that he was proposing to his girlfriend, 29 female, as well. The next day, my brother came to my apartment while my girlfriend was out. He asked me if he could borrow my ring to propose to his girlfriend. I thought he was joking at first, but no. His plan was to propose to his girlfriend, explain he was using my ring as a placeholder, and then take her to pick her own ring later. His reasoning was that he didn't want to spend too much money right away in case she didn't say yes. That sounds like a promising marriage. I'd never heard of placeholder rings, so I said no and the conversation moved on. On Tuesday, he proposed to his girlfriend with my ring. He'd taken it before leaving my apartment. I got distracted at work and didn't notice it was gone until his fiancée sent a picture of herself wearing the ring to our family group chat. I called him to ask about the ring and he immediately apologized and said he'd keep his promise and give it back to me. But at this point, my girlfriend has seen it and his fiancé has posted about it on social media, so it was pointless for me to propose using the same ring. We fought about it and he confessed that while he told his fiancé the ring was a placeholder, he didn't tell her where he'd gotten it from. Well, yeah, because this is super evil. I felt more angry and betrayed about him going behind my back and taking the ring after I said no than the fact that he stole it. I also know his fiancée enough to know she wouldn't like to learn her engagement ring had been stolen from me. So I told my brother I'd tell her the truth if he didn't buy me a new engagement ring. Well, I doubt a person exists on this planet who wouldn't be upset if they learned that their partner couldn't be asked to go and pick a ring and, you know, spend some money and time on it. Because, like, do you even want to marry me if you cannot even make an effort to get a ring? Come on. He fought against it for a few hours but finally gave up and agreed. We went to a different jewelry store yesterday and I picked a new ring. I managed to stay in the price range, but the new one was still $100 more expensive. My brother bought the ring but is still accusing me of being inconsiderate and childish. Wait, how old is the brother? I need to check because this is just wild. His brother is older. Oh my god. His brother is 33 and the OP is 26. That's like 7 years of difference. That is crazy. 33-year-old dude stole his brother's ring and he's saying that the other brother is being childish? What the is happening in this story? He is insistent he would have given me the ring back had I given him the opportunity, and I didn't need to threaten him to spend so much money on me. He's now refusing to talk to me. Yeah, but like, it seems to escape him that you wouldn't want his fiance's leftovers. This blows my tiny mind. I don't know how to feel about this anymore. I'd usually talk to my brother about these things and it's surreal that he's the one I'm fighting. I can't tell my girlfriend and many of our friends overlap. The only other person who knows about this is our mom, who's divided. She thinks what my brother did was wrong and I'm right to be pissed at him, but I didn't have to stoop as low as I did by threatening his relationship. You absolutely did have to, so. Am I the asshole? No. What is wrong with your brother? This is some cosmic level of disrespect. I don't even know how the person in their right mind would do something like this. And the poor girl that is going to be married to your brother, oh my lord. If he couldn't even bother with the ring, how bad is he gonna be in the relationship? And also the fact that he didn't want to buy the ring in case she says no. Oof, that is not a good sign. That is not a good sign, my guy. This is sad. Yeah, this was the last story I've had for you today. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to lose me. Thank you so much for watching if you're still here, though I doubt it. And I will see you with another video next week. Bye.